Welcome to another episode of I Am Ready for Love, and today's guests are Anthony and Davina.
It's funny, I like to talk about this, but it's a bit. I thought, this is me personally, I thought he was actually doing like some youth ministry. So I thought he was reaching out as like a department of the youth ministering team. Like, so I was like, oh, the church is really going up. They're actually doing Facebook. I was like, wow.
So, with all the love going around and all that, what is the thing you love about your partner the most? Don't all rush at once.
Her relentless love, like her love, she's got a love that's like Christ-like. Like regardless of what happens, something that I can know, I can rely on, I can stand on. And she's got a love that stands on Corinthians 13. I'd throw my hands up and admit I'm not perfect. I'm not the greatest and stuff, but Davina will be able to love me through it, and she'll still be there. And it's not something that I take lightly or would squander. Yeah, but I know that Davina is always there, and she's a rock. I rock. So definitely, yeah, man.
Dabs?
Yes, I love this guy. I just love him so much. But yeah, my thing that I love most about Anthony, there's, like Anthony was saying, it's not just like one thing. There's multiple things because they all kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, I love his humility, and also I love how he's like with his family as well, and also the way he does love as well. And he's very compassionate and caring towards others. He's not just about himself. He likes to go out and go the extra mile for others as well, but in such a humble way. He doesn't like big and boast about himself. But sometimes it's like, hold up, did no one know that? Okay, no one knew. Okay, cool. But then that's why I like to boast on him and boast in him, because it's like, oh, he's done it in such a humble platform. He's just really just humble with his movements as well, and his prayer life as well. The way he is so like, sorry, I could tongue tied. But yeah, his humility, his prayer life, the way he loves God as well, and the way he is with his family. That's really key. Really, yeah.
I said I didn't even mention that Davina's prayer life, and when prays, it's literally like God moves. I remember when I was at uni and stuff, and like on the final year and dissertation, and things were hard, boy. Couldn't even think, my head was hurting so much. And I said, oh, Dad, pray for me, man. Down the phone, boy. Literally, I'm telling you, didn't even get to the end of the prayer, and it was gone. I was like, yeah. Jesus, you sent me a prayer warrior. And ever since then, boy, when she prays, God, I don't know what it something, but sometimes I feel like, raw. God, what about me? I'm just something.
God's playing favorite.
Isn't it? Take him long to move,
So, how do you deal with the unhappy moment? Like, things not too all right. How do you deal in those moments?
But we decide that communication is key throughout it all. Despite how you're feeling, and like despite or what you may be feeling in the moment, it's also important to analyze as well, not to react in that moment of that or feeling that way. So you're not going to jeopardize and say anything of how you're feeling in that moment to hurt the other person's feelings, because you don't want to do anything to damage them. And like just from a point of like you being angry, you don't want to inflict that anger onto Anthony, or like myself onto Anthony. So we talk about things, like unresolved issues or anything, but we talk about our situations, and from a very real point of view. We just talk about it. We try to communicate and talk about the best way through it. There's times we may have to pause as well, and to or shall I let you say the one, because that's more what you do, to be fair. I don't want to dabble into what you do, but yeah, communication. Huh?
No, go ahead. Okay.
Yeah. So we tend to, if there's something at a particular moment in time, there's not so in the right frame of mind to receive certain things, kind of like wait until certain times there's a bit of a lighter mood, and we're able to talk and discuss, and try to talk and discuss just like in private. Just make sure that feelings are actually getting opened and not being, kept and buried underneath, because you don't want any resentment or anything to build up or be there, or any room for resentment. So yeah, definitely communication is key, and to also talk to each other respectfully, despite how you may be feeling as well. Like, every time like, oh man, Anthony, man, Chuck. But I have to just talk to him with respect.
Like, I need to express myself. I'm vexed.
Yeah, trust me. But then I'm like, as soon as anything happens, I'm just like, oh man, Han, I'm really sorry, and I actually do love you. I really like. So if I came up with anything and it did actually sound in any way like hurt your feelings or come out a bit backwards, please forgive me for that, because I don't like to hurt Anthony. I don't want to hurt. I mean, look at this man of God. Look at him. So yeah, no, I'd like to talk to him with respect as well, because yeah, he deserves it. Yeah.
You want to add anything else?
Well, gentlemen out there, as you know, you're the men. You've got to apologize. You've got to, try and humble yourself and listen to the missus. I really try and take my time out to listen to Davs, and I think, as Davina was saying, that communication is key, but that can be hard for us as men. Some men have it greater than others, but for me, boy, that was and has been a battle, that in trying to break down the walls and explain how I feel, and to articulate that, what the process I'm going through. That basically, like a maths exam, the examiners want to see exactly. They don't just want to see the correct answer. They want you to show your workings out. They want you to show. They want to see how you got to the end result and what you're thinking now. And sometimes it take you a while. They want to see your working out, your thought process. That's exactly what, Davina wants, or the lady wants. And I realize that I can't just go away, shut off, and be quiet for a season, and then say, "Oh yeah, Dabs, look, this is what I've been thinking about." Like, I have to kind of bring along with me and show her the workings out. So that's kind of that the biggest challenge. But I realize that that's the only way that we can kind of work it out, and especially in times when it's tense, I really do try and just take a second, not to react straight away, because I know that if I react in a way that I'm feeling right in the moment, then it makes something worse, and it's just long, and then I have to be one. Oh, sorry, Taz. So, and it's just long. I love this, and I realize it's long. I just want to just slow down and just kind of like, take my time with the response. Sometimes I'll bite my tongue. Sometimes when you might think you're wrong, you might be right. You might think you're right. You might be right. Don't tell me I said it, but you got to hold it down and you say, yes, that's true. And then you realize, soft answer turn if away rough. It's so true. Yeah. That's why I try. I'm not perfect, but I try. Yeah.
We're trying, man. We're trying. In this together, we'll be trying. Oh Lord.
All you have to do is try. So the people out there that are like, this love thing is a scam, I'm not down for this, it's not real. How would you encourage or advise them?
We basically had a revelation of what love actually is, and we actually got the understanding that God is love. So without having God in your life, and without actually knowing God in your life and to be able to accept God's love, you're not able to love anyone else, because you haven't even accepted that love to even love yourself and to love others as well. So therefore, that is really important. It's really key to literally have that love in your life as well, and it is attainable. Also, again, a key factor, love yourself. You're not going to be able to have room in your life if you don't even accept what others are saying about you. You can't even accept it about your own self. It is very attainable and it's out there. It's very real. There can be difficulties, yes, and I understand obviously the vulnerability because you're literally leaving yourself out there exposed, but the benefits are actually so rewarding, especially when you've got God in the mix and God is your foundation. It's just able to grow. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
I mean, yeah. Can you? Look, I think she pretty much hit the nail on the head.
So what are you looking forward to the most when you get married, besides the honeymoon?
Hallelujah! Looking forward to building life. You know what? Especially with this quarantine and stuff, it's been mad. I'm not gonna lie, it's been very mad. Just being locked away, can't really see her. When I go around the house, just 2 meters distance away from a distance where it's nuts. Hug ourselves. It's nuts. So I'm gonna enjoy just spending the time with the quality time. I don't know if anyone's seen that show on Netflix. It's called Love Is Blind and stuff. And I feel like that was very good. Watch it just before this break lockdown and that. And I feel like that did teach a lot of things. And we've had to draw out for certain tactics that they used because you haven't got that physical touch and stuff. You haven't got the you haven't got that physical presence. So you've got to relate, and I feel like we've grown in this time. But I'm looking forward to that igniting in the physical sense and that union. Just for life. Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was
great.
Listen, I don't know how to follow that up because it's the same way I feel as well. So, but also just be able to actually spend time with him as well. And that sounds weird, but little things as well. Just like I like to cook, but it'd be nice just like obviously cooking together as well. Like just spend that time together because again, in that lockdown period, you do really realize how valuable and how important these things are. Just simple things like a hug as well, and just being able to just have that one-on-one time with each other and just being able to grow and develop even more. So I'm really looking forward to that again. It's just and just being able to appreciate it and just love on each other and looking to where God actually takes us as well the journey. So I'm excited.
And the fact that you've only had hugs so far, and then this lockdown is like zero contact, like nothing.
Listen, I miss a high five right now. I'm just missing a high five.
So it really strengthens your boundaries. I hope so.
Yeah.
Go into married life like, can I have a cuddle?
Yeah, you are, Davs. Yeah.
How do you deal with the boundaries though? Like besides isolation, pre-isolation.
Yeah. I mean, I can start, don't mind. It's difficult regardless. And especially when obviously you've got that physical attraction, you're attracted to the person. Like I'm attracted to Davina, so it's not easy as well. So you've got kind of place the flesh under subjection.
What does that look like? How do you do that?
Yeah, so basically that we were doing some counseling, and what was said is that you've got to recognize that when you start to think that this lady is actually God's daughter, and you got to recognize that her father is always there and present and stuff.
Oh, that's creepy.
You got to recognize that. You got to take your time, and No, not in that case, but I mean, like, for the fact that her father is like, she, she's her father's daughter, so I got to treat her like a princess, and I got to treat her, right at the right times until the time. It's hard to articulate or explain, but I mean, how they were explaining in the training was like, I can't just carry on any kind of way and in my feelings up and down and blah. Don't get me wrong, it's hard, man. It's a battle. Like, every day is a battle, and it's so challenging and it's tiresome. I think when you spend your time in the Word, you really kind of realize that there's a greater good in the waiting and in the full purpose of when we actually get married. Then you won't have anything to feel guilty about or feel like, um, oh no, like we just want to hold out and run the race and be happy with it, yeah.
And it's been, so that everyone has context, it's been 6 years together, abstinent.
Yeah.
7, coming up to 7.
Yeah, this September. I'm not gonna lie, it's very hard, and you know what? Because of I think beforehand as well, when we're leading up to the engagement and everything, as a man, I was going through like a process and trying to understand, where I'm going. It's really difficult. It's not an easy task, because we're human and stuff, and we get weak and stuff, but it's like an acknowledgement of the fact that that there's a greater good. I don't want to miss out on the perfect prize. Like, the dream is to be in a perfect will rather than to be in a permissive will. I don't want to be in like some secondary. I don't want that for us. That's not in the desire for us to be in some secondary zone where, if only we had waited, or if only it was just all, even we don't want to just, like loosen and restrict loosen the boundaries, and then, when we actually get married and stuff, like, what's the point, or what's the difference? Because then there's no difference to the world and stuff. It's like, this intimacy is for is acts of worship. So yeah, that's what I try and see it like. That's what we try and value it as. It's not easy though, man. It's a battle. Every day is a battle, man. But yeah, I suppose lockdown's helped. Lockdown's helped.
Well, that's a twofold. It could be a twofold. But yeah, for me, definitely as well. Sorry, but yeah, it has been easy. It hasn't been easy. No, I was about to say it has been easy. Oh no, it hasn't been easy. There has been just like testing times. And not to say the attraction is not there, because the attraction is right there. But then it's also like what we try to do sometimes before lockdown. We'd have like movies and like have like aunt's mum or sister or my cousin around, or just someone just to be around there with us as well. Or if we're watching something as well and we just wanted to have a bit of alone time, but we make sure that someone's in the other room like nearby. So it's just having people like kind of accountable for us as well. Making sure we're not trying to stay out too late together like that, or stay out too late. I mean, yeah, if you're going out somewhere and you come back a bit late, but that's kind of different. But rather than like spending too much of that kind of, no, it sounds weird, because obviously as a couple you want to spend one-on-one time, but to say not to spend so much one-on-one time, but there has to be balance in it at the same time, so you're not, falling short, as they say. So I'm not really that tall anyway, but yeah. So sorry. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Again, that's my humor. Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, communicating as well, and just like being honest with each other. Okay, it's like it's a bit hard right now to be around you right now. Just so let me just cool off. Yeah. outside of the relationship, not just saying like you know, we do everything all together, but things to keep myself busy. Can do something active as well, like dancing really helps as well. Or if you're like into some kind of activity, so that energy is going somewhere else rather than just to constantly just be built up and just like tense up. So you know, just to keep that accountability partner and stuff, and you know, they're knowing that what's going on and stuff, because it does help. You know, and it's you know, every day is, you know, it's easy and stuff, and some, you know, hills and valleys, highs and lows and stuff, but you know, that definitely helps. I can definitely say it. So yeah.
And the people that are like, but what if I wait this 6 years or 10 years or however long, and then it's rubbish?
Oh Lord. We pray into it from even now, because it's a gift from God. So every gift from God is a good thing. So it has to be a good something, you understand? Okay. So you must pray into it and apply that proper life into it. But there's instructions to this. Not joking, but I'm not joking. But seriously. Yeah. I pray into it.
But yeah, you know what I've heard, did some studies on it. I'm like, right, this is a battle. Like, I need to know, you know, what's other, you know, it will take, you know, practice. There's you know, certain things you can do. And, it's like, you know, there's a process. You're married, so you're not gonna wait. Well, God forbid you will be rubbish. You just improve it. You level up. You know, that element of a relationship, the intercourse and intimacy is not something that we can take lightly, man. It's something that goes deeper than the physical connection, and sexual intercourse element of the relationship is something that's, you know, I believe, you know, vital and important, but it's not just physical. That's something that we, you know, that's another thing that should definitely be highlighted, that it's not just physical. It's much deeper than that. It's, you know, spiritual, and there's so many connections, and you know, I might hear of things, all ties and stuff, but it gets deep, and like for us, we really want it to be something that's done in the right confinements, in the right environment, so that it can flourish, rather the excellence in what we have. It's been so long, so we might as well just God willing, we'll plan to get married this year, so see what God has in store, you know. Yeah.
And then you have so much comparison out there now in your mind that you're like, all right, so John did this better, but Harry does this so good, and Samantha does this better than Jane. And if you like, comparison comes in and it kind of crushes someone's self-esteem, because they're like, well, I'm not sure if I'm living up to what he's had before or what she's had before. So it kind of protects you.
You just touched on something, just saying like, if someone is in a relationship as well and it doesn't particularly work out, but yet something has like that has happened and taken place, it's about like what has to then go into that process of making yourself ready again. Because like Anthony mentioned as well earlier, even he touched on it just slightly, just mentioned it about soul ties. So like the emotional connection is, as women, like we're the emotional receivers. So like obviously being myself a woman, so you need to be careful of these things. So you need to, like, it is a protection thing. It's like it's almost like an insurance to say like, okay, like this basically, when you go into this, like taking the steps that way, it will keep you safe until this time. And also it's something to look forward to together and to experience it together as well, as husband and wife, not just as like, you know, boyfriend and girlfriend or fiance and you know the engaged couple, but like as husband and wife as well, as God actually intended it, because it is a gift and it's a good thing. As much as it's not easy, think of it like an insurance plan. Like you're covering yourself and you're also covering that person as well, because again, if it doesn't work out and like you've got into a level and so intimate, like it's so like okay, for example, if that person doesn't even have the right to even go there, but they've got to that innermost place with you, just don't do it to yourself. Just like think about like what you want for the future. What kind of relationship do you want? Yeah, so that's me personally. Yeah.
And then afterwards, you're just there thinking, man, that was a waste. Why did I go and do that?
Right.
You've had 3 or 2 boyfriends and you've given your all to them. Now you've got 3 hurts that you're taking into the person that you might possibly marry. And for the people that would say, but then you can get the person of giving your whole self to them, but then it saves you, that's just one hurt compared to 4 or 5 different relationships that you would have had and given your all and been hurt and mashed up and broke up there. And then you start to blame love for your hurt. Like love is rubbish. Like I'm not down for that love business. When it's not love that hurt you, it's you that hurt you because you didn't stay within the guidelines and the boundaries.
You have a level of love and respect for yourself. It might not seem like it for now, but you know, I'm pretty sure your later self will appreciate that. Like your later self will say, "Wow, oh my goodness, thank you so much for holding it down. Thank you so much," because you know, I can't imagine what it would have been like to come. Like you know, you look back like those things that you know you hold out and you go through uni, you just like bang it out and you commit. You know, you think thank you so much because that's sticking it out. Like,
so it's
interesting.
Good to keep the boundaries, and I think I'm not a guy, so I don't know. But as a girl, like I like a guy that has boundaries. Like I don't like somebody that's real easy and like anybody can go play with him. Speak on a guy's point of view and like a woman with boundaries versus a woman without.
That is really admirable. I mean, I think you know our inner design and desire as men is the challenge to or the task to achieve something. When it's like easy and it's free and it's like the fruits is like it's the fruits at the bottom that can be picked by anyone. It's just not as sweet. It's not, when you desire something that's higher of a higher standard that you know you have to work towards.
That nobody else had this.
You know the ones where you pick the fruit and you know this is the night. Yeah, no one else has had this. It's not even ready yet. Like, let me sit down and wait for it to ripen. You know the ones there, like you can't even just yam it off the tree branch like that. You have to wait. Listen, oh come on, preaching. But listen, that
fall into the ground and battered. Somebody going there feeling it if it's ripe.
Yeah. You know, it's all squish out and soft now. So that, you know, now man, like there is a level of accomplishment. I mean, and that's why I commend, you know, you like ladies that hold it down and you know, just being steadfast, man, because it's, you know, it's commendable. It's not easy in this day and age, but you know, and there'll be many guys that are, you know, coming out with their alternative motives and stuff, and you just gotta snuff them out. You gotta clock them. You gotta know what they're about. It's so easy for guys to be coming on with their sweet talking and trying to act like, oh yeah, this is, I'm here for you, baby love. All the sweet talk, all the bars in the world, all the bars in the world. There's so much chocolate.
Some diabetes.
This is it. It's and then
sweet talk.
Yeah. They let you down. You know, you put your guard down, and that's you finished, and then they're gone. And it's like, what? Not worth it, man. Not worth it. Like, you know, uphold the standard. You've been this far, been this long. It's worth it. It's worth it. You won't regret it.
And the person that's worth your time and your effort, like,
come on,
they'll work for it. It's the jokers that are gonna allow you to lower your standard.
Yeah. That's it. That is the word. One. If you like, you know, you go into the shop here, you're hungry, but you know, because you know it's a good meal. There's some good chicken. You're gonna wait for the order to be cooked. You're gonna just yeah, let me go to the next one and make do with some next chicken. Come on, listen. Wait. Yeah, you're gonna let him put up and cook it up and that, and then it's presented before he's ready, hot and ready to go. Come on, yeah, there's a way, man. Just gotta hold it down, and like like men are committed, man. Once the real men are committed. Once you see something that you want, you need it, you're gonna be committed. You're gonna adapt, and you're gonna approach it with different tactics to ensure that you secure the prize. Because you realize, I can't miss out on this. That man can't miss on that out and dabs. I'm gonna make sure I do this properly, sort it out. But yeah, that's just my thinking. Not everyone might think like that. Yeah.
All right. So, any final encouragements or points or did you knows?
I would say an encouragement from a woman's point of view and a woman's perspective as well. It's weird. From society, we get a lot of pressure as well, always reminding us of our body clock. But just remember that, God's timing is his perfect timing. Like, age shouldn't matter in the actual situation, because before I used to be like, oh my gosh, I actually look back and laugh now. I want to be married by 21, have my first child and this and that, the other age. And right, let me just say, I'm 29. I'm 30 in December. That ain't happening. That was not in God's plan for me. So, yeah. So, literally, when you put down your plan and allow God's plan to actually be the plan for your life, many things happen for yourself as well. And to not be putting yourself there, like holding up yourself to a standard of society in a way that society would see you, when that's not always the case. That God wants to bless you in that kind of way. So yeah, don't overlook anyone as well. And also literally pray about all situations. Don't lean on your own understanding and go into Matthew, like quote scripture and stuff. But yeah, literally lean on God's own word. Don't go on your own devices. If something doesn't feel right, pray about it. In fact, pray about it before you even get the feeling of it not feeling right. And you will get the answer as well. Sometimes it may get a bit of a delayed answer. Wait it out until you hear the answer. Don't go in and rush anything just because you don't want to be like, the last one left on the shelf, or so-and-so's in that relationship, I need to jump into this one now, and you end up jumping into something that's not for you. Literally take your time and literally consult God about everything that you do. So yeah, talk to him about it. Write down your list, because like Ant was saying earlier, he wrote a list, and I wrote a list when I was 16. There are certain qualities I wrote down about the husband I wanted, and I've got all the things in the list plus so much more with Anthony. So
overflow.
Come on. Yeah. Definitely pray about it, write it down, fast on it, and talk to your friends about it as well. If you've got other girlfriends as well, talk to your friends and like, okay, be very careful about some friends, because some friends, it's a whole another video. Anyway. Right. But no, yeah, pray about that too. Pray about that one too. But yeah, pray and consult God. And also like things with your family as well. Pray and consult with your family, and just if you can as well, if you've got a praying family, pray with them as well too. And write things down, and just also when things do happen, remember to document them and to give God thanks for what he's actually given back to you and given onto yourself, because you've asked something and he's actually fulfilled it plus more. So yeah, that's my piece. My take.
Anthony?
Yeah, like as guys, it's easy to feel like you need to have a significant other or a partner, especially in this day and age. You're looking around the church, everyone's trying to be married off and stuff. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with being single for a term, for a season. I mean, think of that as the greatest preparation stage for the perfect one. And also, use that time to work on your own mental state, your mental state of being, and your own standpoint on where you stand, and cement yourself as a man, work on your craft. I mean, yes, we've all heard like that, some women, especially in the church, but anyway, I've said, oh yeah, I'm looking for a man that's 8'2", and he's got this $1 million job, and he's got 9 houses and give me one of it. But you know, I'm exaggerating. But certain people have wild expectations.
Lord.
And it's like unreachable. However, sometimes you can just humble yourself and you know, as long as you're working on your craft and you're keep working your vineyard, keep doing your thing, keep working on you, because you know you're working on a goal, you know you're working on yourself, and the right one will come along. You have many other Delilahs coming around saying, oh, fluttering eyelids and, you know, battering the eyelids so much so they fly. Well, you know what? Don't worry, man. The right one will come. You know, you know, man. As men, it's easy to be put under that pressure and stuff and feel like, oh yeah, you have to. But trust me, relationships take a lot of work. There's a lot of work, and if you're piling into the relationship when you haven't worked on yourself, then when if that one doesn't work out, then you're left distraught and wasted so much time on that person that, you know, they're going to run off and gone and they're probably with someone else now, and then you're like, raw, all that time I could have been working on myself. Don't waste the time, man. Work on yourself. Build a foundation. Work in God, man. Find out what He wants for you. Find your identity. More than anything, your identity. Yeah. Without that, then where you going? Yeah.
Can I also add as well, for ladies as well, obviously just from a lady's point of view, if you read the book of Esther and the book of Ruth as well, they're good preparation tools as well, especially in the time, like obviously if you've read or know of Esther, that preparation before she went to meet with the king, it wasn't just anything easy. It wasn't just like massage. It wasn't, oh, let me go to the sauna, get like this little massage treatment. It's literally like a detox of old things as well. I had a period of time before as well. I dedicated to God, and I was like, God, this is my Esther time. This is me. This is just me and you. So it's really important just to literally, in that time, that preparation, be working and be like giving your best to God as well. So don't just be like, oh, I'm single. Oh, woe is me. I'm single. I'm actually going to do my best and actually going to be doing what God actually wants him, because there's still a service as well you're actually meant to give as a single person. Not just, I'm going to sit home and wait for the wife. I'm going to sit home and wait for the husband. What are you doing in the meantime? So, yeah, so definitely advise to read Ruth, read Esther, and yeah, keep praying, keep your fasting up, keep like, yeah, just keep that ministry up and keep that relationship with you and God first. That's the most important relationship. Yeah, relationship with you and God. So
there's a glory in single there. Glory there. Yeah, man.
Cool beans. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. If there's nothing else you want to add, thank you for giving me some of your time. If you haven't subscribed yet, then go and subscribe. What you waiting for?
I already subscribed. I've got another account, so.
Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yes.